Viral. Hip hop. Revolution.
Good friend of Floyd Mayweather. And I woke up this morning and I seen something. I follow him on Instagram and I seen some of his posts. And it was like kind of, sporadic, what he was saying. Like, and basically, we all know that he was suicidal before. And we can, look and we say, like, somebody with all this money, how could they be, suicidal like that and everything? And I think one of the cats, Whack 100, which his game's manager, told him to go ahead and kill himself. Stop complaining. If you're going to do it, do it. So he left a whole bunch of messages on Instagram today, basically saying he was crying out for help at the end of the day. By all accounts. What do you think could be going through somebody's mind with all that money, all that fame, like as one of the top boxers right now that really has a chance to move up with Floyd Mayweather, stepping back? He could really move up in the game as long as he keeps winning. He has the charisma, he has the look, everything, to be the next Floyd Mayweather, really. Now, the skills are still questionable at this point, but he's definitely, coming along. Now, what do you think's going on inside this man's head? I know you obviously don't know him, but what could you speculate what's going on inside this man's head? And should we not make a mockery out of him? Should somebody really be, reaching back to him because he's reaching out for help?
All right, oh God, I'm glad you brought this up because it's a topic that I want to talk about extensively. I'm very glad you brought this up. So if you haven't noticed, a couple days ago, I dropped on Viral Hip Hop News a video clip of Adrien Broner in Las Vegas talking to a female on the strip. Now, if you didn't see it, he's talking to a female. He seems aggravated. She seems like she's trying to calm him down. He pushes her. She walks away. You know what I mean? The brother's taping it. Everyone's trying to calm down Adrien because they got love for this dude. They got love for Adrien. They want to see him winning. So you hear everyone trying to calm him down. He's obviously upset and emotionally distraught about something. So the video goes on, and he pushes her again. And do you hear pop? Like he slapped her. He did something where he drilled her. You feel me? So he hit a woman in Vegas. It is what it is. So he's walking away. She's still trying to calm him down, still trying to chill. And then you go to a dude, stretch the fuck out. And you hear an Adrien Broner knock the dude out on Las Vegas Boulevard. Now, let's keep this 100. All jokes aside, this man's hands are registered. He can't be just hitting random motherfuckers in the street. He gets sanctioned for millions of dollars to do what he does. So for him to put his hands on somebody, a random patron, someone that's assault with a deadly weapon, family. You were taking this to another level. And everything that God alluded to prior to handing this mic to me, as far as you being the next Floyd Mayweather, having the look, having the charisma, having the boxing skill coming up, you just threw that shit down the drain.
But you do participate in the antics and kick back and laugh with your boy. I'm sure I'm sure all of y'all sit around, look at the IG
and talk shit. Yeah.
But look though, but it ain't antics. This is just me
having fun.
This is just everything that I don't sit up and write this shit out. Like I don't write none of this out. Like, oh, I'm about to do this today. I just do it. Like this is me.
Mm-hmm.
This is real life me. Like right now, I'm just on some straight serious shit. Like I got money to make. You can't just wake up one day and be like, oh, I'm about to main event on Showtime. I'm headlining in the Barclays, and if I win this fight, I'll be the next pay-per-view star getting 8 figures a fight.
Yeah, no, because I started this conversation by saying that this is maybe one of the biggest fights of your career.
It is the biggest fight of my career. Every fight from now on is the biggest fight of my career.
Wow. Did after your last fight, you knew you was against the rope. You knew you had to. Well, no, that was 2 fights ago. You knew you had to really step your game up and get focused.
Well, after that fight that you talking about, I became world champion again.
Right.
And then after that, my last fight, see, what's crazy is because my last fight, everybody downplay it.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you some real shit. Look, my last fight, I fought one of the most looked over opponent in my weight class. He's so dangerous and don't nobody like fighting him because he's so tough. So I get these names, right? So I'm like, all right, should I fight him? Should I fight him? Or should I fight him? And then I throw this question out. I'm like, oh, so y'all gonna pay me the same no matter who I fight, right? And then I'm like, oh, if I fight him, they'll give me so much bullshit. Like, oh, he ain't nobody. Then I'm like, they ain't paying me enough right now to fight him. So, all right, I'm going to fight him. Because he tough. And everybody always... And then he was coming off his biggest win. He stopped somebody from New York. No disrespect to New York, but he stopped somebody who was up and coming on Miramon. He just knocked him out. And he was at the highest peak of his career at that time. So I fought him and I beat him. But they throw that under the rug too, but it's cool.
And you feel like he was the toughest in the weight class?
One of the toughest at that time.
But why do you feel they dismiss that?
Because I'm so good and they just expect me to do all this great shit.
So your losses, when you look back on your losses, what did you learn from those losses?
I learned a lot, but I don't ever look back though.
Well, I mean, I respect that.
I learned so much from my loss, from my 2 defeats, but I don't ever look back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of happy that it happened that way, because if I didn't lose in that Maidana fight, bro, I'd probably be dead, bro. Because of outside the ring. Probably, bro. I don't know, bro. I was just God knew he had to slow me down, bro. It was getting too crazy.
But what was it? Because I remember seeing headlines of people very concerned about your well-being and mental health issues and all that stuff. What do you have to say about that?
That was something. That's like 3-4 years down. I'm talking about 22, 23, 3-time world champion. Like, man, them days was crazy.
People were worried about your well-being.
I'm good now, though. I'm straight.
You believe in therapy and you went and talked to people and...
Man, I'm black, man. We don't do that shit, man. We just...
There's nothing wrong with that, man. I understand the...
I understand.
Do that. But
it's good, though. Some people should.
We call our niggas up like, hey, man, look.
I'm tripping.
Come holler at me. Let's go to the gym.
Would you ever go to therapy? Because, mental health, people, it helps. It's good. It's good to talk to people. The gym is good. Talking to your boys is good. And it's good to talk to professionals, too.
Look, it depends on what type of therapy it is. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what type of therapy it is.
Yeah. Wow, man. Adrien Broner, fight of his life, Saturday.
Now, old guy just alluded to it earlier, how he said that he's crying out for help and how he was suicidal early on. And that's troubling because you have somebody with all this money and all this fame, and it just goes to show you that money can't buy peace of mind. You can go on and portray a character as much as you want, but when you strip all that off and the clown paint comes off, you got to look at yourself in the mirror. And if you ain't happy with what you see, it's going to deteriorate anybody. No dead president on Mount Rushmore, anybody, or slave master's going to be able to control that. And we got to get out of that mindset that that's going to control our happiness, because once we strip off all the paint, once the clown paint comes off, we still got to look in the mirror, and if we hate who we are, it doesn't matter. It's only your self-destruction.
That's facts, and I hope that people will just take heed, to this. It's not always about, just trying to get the story and get it out there. Some people actually crying out for help, and I think that people closest to him, we really can't do nothing for him, but people closest to him, should take definitely heed to that at the end of the day. But let them know where they can find you at, though, man. You gotta let them know that.
Oh, God, peace to you, man. I always appreciate this platform and you having me come on here and talk my talk, man. It's always much appreciated. Shout out to the hottest and dopest channel on YouTube to date, Hip Hop News Uncensored. Go right now to the description box or the card above and subscribe to the hottest and fastest rising channel on YouTube to date, Viral Hip Hop News. Also, while you're down there, go to the description box and subscribe to our Twitter, @Viral Hip Hop News. And go to our homepage, family. Once you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell 2 times to get all the latest notifications of Viral Hip Hop News as soon as they come fresh off the press. Always keeping it raw, real, uncut. And if it's up to y'all, we going viral. Viral Hip Hop News. Subscribe right now. Word.
Oh, what a wonderful feeling. Viral. The feeling to be wonderful. Revolution. The feeling to be. Oh, what a wonderful feeling. The feeling to be winning. The feeling to be. The feeling to be winning. Oh, what a wonderful feeling. I made it out the mud. I made it out the mud. You don't even know what I had to do just to make it out the mud. Just to make it from the bottom. Just to make it out the war. Oh, yeah. Tell them I and I break it down. Bag it all up and I get it off.